I'm not sure you would have noticed because someone's been looking after my LinkedIn, but I've actually recently taken 3 months off. And while I was off during that time, I handed most of the operations of running the business over to Ross. And one of the things I always would say to Ross was like, Ross, you just need to ring the clients and just say hi and just chat with them. And he'd be like, but what do I say? And I'm like, Ross, come on, just talk to them. Like, just ring them up and see what they did at their weekend and what, it's all about building a relationship. Like that's so important. It's great to be able to ring them up and have something to ask them. But what's even better is having a 10-minute conversation about how their weekend was or something they're passionate about, which they've done recently, and then tagging in at the end, oh, I've just got a quick question about this. It's so much more important to me to build that relationship. But I've been saying this to Ross for ages and ages, and he was really struggling to kind of get in his mind like what that conversation was. And it took him going to go meet Alan Smith and talk a little bit more about it. And Alan just turned around to him and said, Ross, they're just blokes. They're just guys. Just talk to them about the things you talk to your guy friends. And I remember Ross coming back to me being like, Alex, I was just chatting with Alan. He just said this. And I was like, Ross, I've been telling you that for flipping months. But it's so funny sometimes, just like a slightly new perspective on the same idea can massively transform the way that you think about it or understand it. So I wonder what those things are with your team, kind of things that you've been saying over and over again to your team that you can't get through. And all of a sudden, all it takes is an outside force just to tweak it a tiny bit, and all of a sudden it all makes sense. For me, that was just like such an eye-opening one. They're just blokes.